Okay, so the next we need to create the highlights for the chamfer. Okay, switch this on. You will notice that the highlights will only come to the edges, such as this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so under this body chamfer 01, you can always create another layer called body chamfer underscore 0. 0 is always for the highlights, right? Okay, select, go to 0, press alternate on the white background. We are going to paint white now. Okay, using the brush, just brush out the edges. Okay, so once that's done, if you think that there's too much white, you can always use a eraser and then start to erase some of the bits out. Oops, hold on, yeah. Okay, so once that's done, let's take a look. Right now it's on a normal mode. Let's try screen. Screen doesn't really help much. Let's try overlay. Okay, overlay does help, but I give this bluish tone. So let's try soft light. Okay, soft light works the best. Okay, so now once we have all those, the next thing that we can work on. All right, let me see. Let's work on the buttons here. Okay, before that, let's start to organize a bit. So the body chamfer we can always put together under body. All these we can group them up again, and then let's call it top. Okay, so we have top, body, template. Okay, so the next one we should start is these buttons. Okay, create a new layer. Let's call it the XY AV buttons. Okay, under XY AV button, we need to go to the but buttons path, which you have already drawn. Use the arrows. Okay, we can always work with one, right? So let me just do a quick selection here. Come back over to the XYAV. Right now, change to gradient. Let's pick a radial one. Okay, now we need to change the color mode. Okay, just now we were at 80, which is probably about here. Okay, so once that's done, we need to start to draw it out. Okay, let's try reverse. Okay, so now it works. However, the color is still not right. Let's change to a full black instead. Okay. Yep. Right now the button really pops. Okay. Yes. So that is what we want. Let's say for example, if I switch off my reference, you got this really strong button. Okay. Try a few of the gradient. Okay. So once that done, this will give you the button that so-called button, but it's not really working for us right now. Because why? We need another one to call it. Okay, drop it below the XYAV buttons. Let's call this scoop. Okay, why? I will show you the reason why soon. Let me just do a quick selection for this. Okay. let me select this instead, right click so that I can transform selection. I need it slightly bigger, is slightly larger too. Okay, we can always resize this. Okay, under the button scoop, again, pick on the gradient mode. Alright, you need this sort of effects, which is the, let me just switch this off. Okay, you need this scoop to get that pop-up effects that you need from your buttons. Okay, do try, you can always delete. Okay, from here, if you multiply, you won't see anything because why? The highlight will be gone. So you need that normal, because why? You have both of the values from light to dark here. So what we do next is to size it up. So now you can actually see the button taking a shape really. Let me just resize so that it can fit inside the sketch. Okay, it's just right over there. What we need to do now, let me just see. So now under the X, Y, A, B button, since we have A, we can always do a press alternate, bring it to B, press alternate, bring it to Y, press alternate, bring it to Z also. Bring this XYAB button, select all, Control E, so it will merge. Okay, the same one here, let's say for example, if you do not want to do that method itself, you can always do a quick lasso. Quick lasso, press V, and then alternate. This will copy paste while moving within the same layer. So, yep, it's just about moving gradients which you have already confirmed. Okay. Let me just switch this off so that you can see. So now you can see the scoop. You can see the button. If I switch off the sketch reference, you can see all the buttons with the effects. Okay, to get that transparent back print, meaning you have this transparent back print cover here, right? How do you get that? Okay, one way is to, let me see if I can direct select. Alright, I can actually direct select from here. Okay, let me just deselect everything from here. Create a new layer. Let's call it XYAB buttons underscore gloss effect. Okay, the first thing we need to do is to transform selection. We need to make it slightly smaller so that we can have the gloss effect. Okay, it doesn't necessary to be exactly correct here at the moment. Let me just take a look again. Okay, right now we change to screen mode, and then let's change to brush. Okay, alright, so you can see what I did. Okay, let me just delete. What I did was, okay, let me just switch off this button on. Okay, what I did was I used the white brush, and then I just paint the edges in order to get that effects at the round corners. Okay, let me switch this off. Okay. That will have the shine that you need. Okay. So from there, we will bring in the buttons first. Okay, let me switch off the sketch. Okay, let me move something first. Okay, right about there. I will just copy, bring it to the other buttons. Okay, undo. Let's say, for example, if it's too far out, you can always do a quick lasso and then start to shift them to their places. Okay, again, this guy, I think it's a little bit too off. Press V and then start shifting. So now we put in the scoop, we can always switch on, and then you have that effects here. Okay, if screen is too light, you can always use a soft light mode. Okay, that will give you that effects that you need for the button. Okay, so the next one that we need to create is the maybe home and menu button. Let's just create a new home and menu. Alright, let's go to our path, buttons, just select one will do, make it into selection mode. Okay, let me just shift it to place. Okay, what I need to do now, right? And this can be quite tricky if you can't see. I'm going to paint the same color. Meaning if I switch off my body, right, the color is there. Okay, within the same thing itself, I will copy paste, bring it slightly down. I call the bottom one scoop. Okay, and then I call this chamfered or maybe details. Okay, so once you have the details, right, what I need to do now, okay, I need to reduce the size of the home and menu to slightly, okay, just about there. Okay, the reason why I do this is that when I select my home and menu button here, okay, and then I select a white, okay, my white is too much. Okay, I can always do a quick paint. Alright, so you can't see the detail here until, let's say for example, if I take a scoop, let me just borrow a scoop here so that it's quite consistent. Copy, paste it. Let us bring behind to the home and menu. Okay, reduce the size. From here, if I switch off my sketch reference, now you can see the details slightly, yeah? Because why? You need that pop. Okay, in the next video, we will cover in more details.